whether they were of Israel.
And their seed, whether they were of Israel, right? So they couldn't figure out if they were Israel or not because they couldn't present their father, right? It's kind of like when you ask somebody, right? It's like you like distracted, but like, yeah, like you distracted me. So I get it. So again, right? They couldn't present their father. It's like saying like, who's your father? I don't know. Well, what's your grandfather? Does your mom know your father? No, she doesn't. So now I can't see whether he's Israel or not, right? So we test his spirit. We bring out prophecy, right, on other nations, and we see how he feels, right? And we go on from there, right? But that's why I ask everybody, what's your father? To figure out where they descend from.
I see.
Right? But back to that, right? So, yeah, the message is for you, brother, right? And so basically, like, what we out here teaching, right, is we got to come back to these commandments, right? We live in super free in this world, right? We live with no rules. We live by our own mind. And the Bible teaches against that. It says to not live by your own understanding, right? We got to submit ourselves to the Lord because we're chosen. We're royalty. Royalty eats a certain way. Royalty lives a certain way, dress a certain way. And all that's mentioned in the Bible, right? You eat pork, brother? Do you eat pork, sister?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. A lot of times. Your mom's Hispanic. You got to be eating pork a lot, right? Yeah, pastor tacos. I was a carnitas dude, man. I was like, I literally couldn't. I'd never got steak. Carnitas always, but not no more, right? Because we're royalty. We're chosen people of God. In Leviticus 11, let's get to Leviticus 11. God said, yeah, I made all these animals, but you guys only eat these ones because these ones are unclean and these ones are dirty, right? And we're not supposed to eat dirty food, right? Let other people want to eat dirty food. But you're royalty. Don't eat dirty food, right? Let's get that Leviticus 11.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7.
Bring it up.
And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed.
So the swine, right? Are you guys friends?
Yeah.
Tell them come over here, man. Let's all learn, right? Let's all learn where we come from and what this Bible's about, right? So keep going. Let's start from the top.
I'm starting from the top. Verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof.
The swine, though he divide the hoof. What is swine?
Pig.
Pig. Pig. There's only one answer, right? So even though the swine divides a hoof, right? He has a hoof.
And be cloven-footed.
Be cloven-footed.
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
He does not chew at the cud, right? The animals we're supposed to eat have to chew the cud, right? It's a 4 bowel system, right? They clean their food, right? Keep going.
He is unclean unto you.
He is unclean unto you. What do you think that means, right? It's for something to be unclean. Would you touch it? Would you eat it? No. It's like eating throw up off the floor. That's unclean. I'm not eating that. Somebody might have a fetish for that, might like it. Not us, right? Somebody might have it, bro. Keep going.
Verse 8. Of their flesh shall ye not touch.
So don't touch it.
Ye not eat.
So don't eat it, right?
And their carcass shall ye not touch.
And their carcass, don't even touch it, right? Don't even touch that al pastor. Don't look at the al pastor. Don't look at the carnitas, brother. What do you like that's pork? Bacon? Bacon, carnitas, pastor. Don't even touch it, bro. Don't even go near it, bro. That's like, realistically, because you're royalty. Keep your fingers clean, bro. Keep it away from that, right? Now let's get the fish. There's fish that we're supposed to eat, right? Oh, he has a thing. Oh, okay, bring me your precepts. I like it. Like all over the place.
This is Jeremiah chapter 66, starting at verse 16.
Okay,
And this is a future prophecy.
It's prophecy, right?
For by fire and by sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
Okay.
The slain of the Lord shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh.
Okay.
And the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord.
So they shall be consumed together. Right here behind that tree, eating that pork, you're going to be consumed. You're going to get devoured. You're going to get obliterated, bro. That's...
So right here with that scripture, this is literally talking about when Christ is going to return later on, because he came the first time as the lamb, but he's going to be coming as the lion when he returns. This isn't really spoken about much, right? But it's in the Bible. He's going to come back ready to judge the world in
Do you-
righteousness.
Do y'all believe in the rapture?
Verbatim, the rapture, no. We do believe in eschatology, basically the end of what's going to happen. We have something like that, but it's not quote unquote the rapture, right? So just to finish this point right here, though, this is when Christ returns and he's going to be judging people, right? And when it's talking about in the midst of the garden, behind a tree, this is when somebody's acting like they're holy. They're like, yeah, I'm a pastor of a church, or I'm like this, I'm holier than thou. But behind closed doors, they're doing abominable things, stuff that they shouldn't be doing, right? When it talks about the people that eat abominable things, right? I like myself, I could be on this corner preaching or teaching people not to eat pork, but do I go home and when nobody's watching, I'm like, man, whatever, I'm about to eat this bacon, egg, and cheese bagel real quick, man, right? The Bible says right here, the Lord's gonna kill me for that.
Right.
It says that I'm gonna be consumed for teaching somebody to do something, and enclosed behind, it says right here, behind a tree in the garden, basically where you're not being seen, you're out here doing these abominable acts, which is breaking God's laws, like the brother just said in Leviticus, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, good.
Beautiful, brother. That's a great example, and I want to give you guys, like a gruesome story, right? I don't know if you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys never heard of this story, but this is an apocrypha. This is originally in the Bible. Catholic Church still has it. The Christian Church took the apocrypha out. But we're gonna read a story from the apocrypha. Get that, Baba Kasha?
This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7, from the top.
All right.
It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh.
So there was a mother and 7 kids, right? It's about to be real messed up. I like this story though, right? Do you like horror stories? Horror movies? No? I'm sorry. I have to bring it out. All right, but this is an example though, how extreme the measures that they went to not eat that pork and died for it, right? To the fact that we're not dying for it, but it's not that hard to just put it aside, right? But keep going.
And were tormented and scourged with whips. But one of them that spake first said, Thus, what wouldst thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the law of our fathers.
So these kids and the mother were ready to die, then to taste pastor, then to taste a piece of carnitas. These people were willing to die for the law of the Most High, right? So that goes to show, like, people are dying just to not eat the little bit of carnitas and pastor. So it's not hard to put it away, right? We could do it. It's probably one of the easiest things to do, right? It's just stop eating pork. You can get pastor de pollo, right? It's just the sauce,
Right.
really. And then like the carnitas, there's carnitas de pollo. You ever had that? Bro, that shit's fire. Excuse my language, right? But yeah, those are some of the laws, right? Another law that we could keep is the fringes, right? You see his shirt. We all got fringes. We got our zeets, right? That's a commandment in the Bible. As royalty, we're supposed to dress a certain way. We stand out. And this is not also just to look a certain way, but it's supposed to help us, right? You get that Numbers 15 and 38, Baba Kasha? You got some?
Royal priesthood.
Royal priesthood. Bring that up. All right. We're going to get this and get that, right? Get that Numbers 15 from the 37.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38.
37.
37. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying,
So the Lord spake unto Moses, saying what?
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto the children of Israel. All of us right here, right?
And bid them that they make fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
So make fringes on the borders of your garments throughout your generations forever. Your son, daughter, forever, right?
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders of a ribbon of blue.
So that they put a ribbon of blue, right? Keep going.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of Yahweh.
So not only do we dress a certain way, this is supposed to help us keep the law. We look down, I'm like, I'm not supposed to eat that carnitas. I'm not supposed to commit adultery, kill my brother, steal, lie. This is what's supposed to keep us from doing that, because we're like, I'm royalty, I forgot. I gotta move a certain way. Pinkies up. A constant reminder. Exactly, right? Like a constant reminder. I bet, like I seen you at a cross right now, right? That's probably a constant reminder to remind you that you're Catholic, right? So that's a constant reminder. But again, that was like something we spoke about, right? It's against the Ten Commandments, right? To make graven images. But this is something that God gave us, right? And it's fly, bro. There's different. He told us exactly. He commanded us to do this, and it looks fly, bro. You don't have to wear the ones we're wearing. There's smaller ones, different. What an idiot, bro. You can't drive nowadays, bro. Can't trust nobody with a car, right? But yeah, right. And give me that, and give me Sirach 6 and 3, Baba.
This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9.
Bring it out.
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praise of him who hath called you out of darkness into the marvelous light.
All right, read that from the top, and we're going to break it down little by little, right?
But ye are a chosen generation.
We're a chosen generation. Deuteronomy 7:6. We're a chosen people, right? Deuteronomy 7:6. Go, Krishan. Right? We're a chosen people. God separated us from all these other people. There's a lot of people, right? But he took a group of people and put them separate, focused on these guys. And what?
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood.
A royal priesthood, right? We're royalty. I told y'all, we're royalty. We're supposed to act like royalty. You know what I'm saying?
And holy nation.
A holy nation, a separate nation. Again, there's a group of people. We're holy. We're separate from these people. Hold on. Let me focus on these people, right? These laws were written for these people that were separate, which are these people, which is you, brother, and you, sister, right? This is for you, right? Keep going.
A peculiar people.
A peculiar people, special, different, right?
That ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
That you should show your praises, right? Giving honor and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, right? That's what Tetragrammaton is. YHWH, right? We got to give praises to the Most High because we're special. We're different, right? We got to thank the Most High for that, right? Give me Deuteronomy 7:6.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 6.
Huh.
And thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy God.
Hold on. So we're a holy people unto God. Holy means separate, right? So we're a separate people from God, right?
Yahweh thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
So he chose us to be a special people, right? Again, we're special, we're royal, we're royalty, we're peculiar, chosen, all these things, right?
Chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Unto himself. That means that we're special to him. He's holding us close. That we're specifically separated for himself. We're his property, right? That's possessive. We're his, right? We're his property, right? Keep going.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Reread that part again.
Above all people upon the face of the earth.
Above all people upon the face of the earth. Have you ever heard that in church? Have you ever heard that in church? They don't teach this in church. This is going back to what you were saying. Like, what did you say, that we were all altering the Bible or something like that? Or altering the...
Like, all different denominations of, like, Christianity or any religion has certain takes on it, because you can... Just the connotations of how people perceive words. Like, it's
Okay.
just, the way that people alter the message.
And how do you perceive this that we're reading? Do you think we're altering it, or do you think we're reading it
I think
for
you
what
guys
it
are
is?
reading it pretty verbatim.
verbatim?
Yeah, pretty like what it says.
What it says, right? But the churches will read you this and will give you a whole different meaning that actually doesn't even mean what it says, right?
Yeah.
Or sometimes they'll throw out this whole entire Old Testament. Let's focus on this New Testament, and then choose these words, which is like Gentiles and things, and then start mixing it up and giving their own interpretation, when really the word means its own interpretation, but they want to give their own, So I think they're altering the Bible. We just want to tell you what it is.
Right.
Right? If I'm not that, I'm not that. But I want to preach what the Bible actually says, right? Yeah, come on.
Right, so I just want to make a quick little side note, right? Because my brother is telling y'all that we special, peculiar people to the Most High God, right? And you might just be sitting here wondering, well, like for yourself, like, oh, yo no más soy mexicano. Like, what do my ties have to do with the Israelites, right? Or you might just be thinking to yourself, like, well, my father is black, my mother's Mexican. What do their ancestors have to do with the people in the Bible, right? The thing is, you're not gonna find Mexican or black, or I mean, African American in the Bible, right? So to just two little side notes, right? For you, brother, because we're Hispanic as well. Somos Hispanos indígenas, right? And you ever seen like indigenous garments like all throughout the Americas, right? So you know what a gaban is? A poncho? So you know how my brother was reading to you about like the fringes. What do ponchos have at the bottom of them? They have fringes on them, right?
All praises.
And that's a Hebraic custom. And when you read into like history books about like the Aztecs, the Mayans, right? Show him that, right? So those are just those are Native Americans. What a coincidence that they have what we would say is really a lily, the Lord's favorite flower, but today's age would call it a Star of David, right? We'll just leave it short and simple. They have that, and they have fringes on their garments, right? And I know that the sister isn't paying attention right now, right? But for them, her being African American, majority of the West Africans, right? And these are Pipil people, right? From El Salvador, right? You see that they all got the flecos, right? They all got these fringes.
Sir.
And then like, you know, like I said, although the sister isn't listening right now, for our black brothers and sisters, majority of the Western Africans, where the slaves came from, they identify as the ancient Hebrew Jews, the real Jews, and it all goes back into history. So when I know it was a little confusing, my brother telling you, "Oh, we special. What do we got to do with this?" That's what we had to do with this. Our people have these customs that go back to the ancient days. You feel me? But sis, I just want to reiterate what I said, right? So about like being African American, a lot of the Western Africans like who came, Salagir. Let me regather. A lot of the Western Africans know that they come from the ancient Jews, that they are the real Jews of the Bible, and they descend from the real Jews in the Bible. Those who came over here on slavery would be the real Jews. And that's what it's so that's why my brother was how we are special and peculiar people, because we are these people of the Bible, right? Go ahead.
Another point to add on, right? Let's get second Ezra's, right? We're gonna go into how you get connected to the Bible, right? And a point that was brought up, and I went into it, right? About to go into it. So there's two kingdoms. There's the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom. The Southern Kingdom are the African Americans, the Jamaicans, and the Haitians, which would be Judah, Levi, and Benjamin. And the Northern Kingdom is the Hispanics and the indigenous, right? The Native Americans and us Hispanics. And when you go into the captivity, because they were in Assyrian captivity, it was a lot of sun and moon worship. The Assyrians kept a lunisolar calendar. And the Native Americans do a lot of star and sun and moon worship. And us Hispanics, we have the Aztec calendar. And we also worship the sun and moon, the Taino god, which is a sun god. Like, there's so much connections to it. And it's not for coincidence. It's not from a coincidence, right? Because the Northern Kingdom is known for them falling into idolatry, right? Catholicism, we fell into idolatry. The Spaniards came and enslaved us, and they showed us Catholicism. The Europeans showed the Jews and also the Hispanics Christianity, and we fell into their idolatry. We were forced, right? Because we were enslaved. We were whipped. We were forced to worship their gods, to worship this guy, right? And we're gonna connect this, right? You got that? Second Ezra 13 and 49 or 39.
Like, share, subscribe, guys.
It's the book of Second Ezra, chapter 13, and starting at verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land.
So those were the 10 tribes which was carried prisoners out of their own land. That's talking about us, the Hispanic and the indigenous, right?
In the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led captive.
So Hosea the king was the king of the northern kingdom, right? He was our king, right? And Salmanassar was the king of Syria. And he enslaved us, bro. He captured us and what?
And he carried them over the waters.
Man, that scared the shit out of me, bro. I thought somebody crashed in my car. Okay.
And so came they into another land.
Okay, so he took us captive out of our own land and took us over the waters and took us into Assyria, right? Keep going.
But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would lead the multitude of the heathen.
So they took a council amongst themselves. They all gathered up like us right here, and they're like, look, man, we got to get out of here. This isn't where we belong, right? Keep going.
And go forth into a further country.
So now they're like, let's get out of here. Let's go somewhere far away, right? Where what?
Where never mankind dwelt.
Where never mankind dwelt. They're like, let's go somewhere where nobody's ever been at. We need to get out of here, right? Keep going.
That they might dare keep their statues.
Right. So in hopes that they keep their statues, right? They wanna do better again, right? They wanna, because they were enslaved, right? They were enslaved because that was their judgment. But again, the Lord is merciful, and He showed us mercy and led us out of Assyria. He made sure we got out safely. And they're like, we want to go to a land where no man dwelt, and we want to keep our statues. And you could see through all the history when we showed you the fringes on the ponchos, the fringes on their garments, you could see that they still try to keep it, right? The Aztec calendar, they still try to keep a lunisolar calendar. And they also had a Sabbath day, so they try to keep the Sabbath, right? Yeah, Khan, of course.
So it's a well-known fact that there's more pyramids in the Latin Americas here on the Western Hemisphere than there is even in Egypt, right? So every country from the bottom of Chile all the way up to Northern America,
Let them know.
There's pyramids all throughout the Americas, right? In Mexico, Nicaragua, El Salvador, whatever the case may be, there's way more pyramids over here, right? And it's not coincidence that we're saying that our people were the same people that escaped out of Egypt, right? The same place that in the Bible it says that we were forced to build up their cities in Egypt, right? And it's not a coincidence that we have all these traits, right? Like the brother said, we kept the Sabbath, right? In indigenous like Latin America, we had dietary laws. Like before, the pig isn't even native to Latin America. It got brought over for us to consume. It was never part of our diet to begin with, right? And the reason I'm bringing up these pyramids is because it's no coincidence that from Mexico, Salvador, Guatemala, that there were temples that were brought up, and they had high priests, and people were doing sacrifices on these temples. They had high priests, they wore fringes, they kept the Sabbath, they didn't eat pork. I could keep going on. And how much are we going to chalk it up as coincidence that we have so much Hebraic, Hebrew?
Hold it. Let me chime in.
Down to myself, right? I'm from El Salvador, which is Central America. We speak a dialect of a thing called Nahuatl, right? And it's a Mayan language. A lot of the Mayan words that we speak in our country, there's traces of broken Hebrew all through it. There's so much broken Hebrew in our indigenous languages, right? But we've been stripped from our culture. We've been stripped from all these things, right? There's a reason why us today, we're communicating each other in Spanish or in English. Those are both European languages. We've lost our entire identity as the Bible told us was going to happen, right? And that's pretty much it, right?
Those are strong points. Because how many pyramids are in Asia? There's some, right? But they're not ours, right? Exactly. And we could talk about other nations. You know, China doesn't have a history of wearing fringes, right? A lot of things like and throughout the years, a lot of things were influenced off of us, right? But I want to finish this, right? Because it's important. And you got the Apocrypha in Spanish? Yeah,
And also that's just touching the Latin Americans, right? Also for the African Americans, I don't know if he touched on that. The west coast of Africa was actually in the mid 1800s. There was a well-known maps that's called West Africa, the Kingdom of Judah, right? AKA Negro land, right? And this is well known, right? When the slaves got brought over from the west coast of Africa to America, they had to be changed their names from Hebrew names to English names, right? After the slave masters, right? And they sang songs on the way over here to America in slavery with chains on them. They sang Hebrew songs on the way over here. I'm gonna ask both of you guys: are you guys familiar? Are you guys familiar with Kumbaya? Kumbaya, my lord, Kumbaya. Like, right? Those are African. The African slaves were singing that on the way to America. That in literal Hebrew means "Rise up, my Lord God." Right? They're literally speaking. So, like, again, we could chalk this up as coincidences, but what are West Africans doing, singing and speaking Hebrew with Hebrew names when they got brought over to America? And I don't want nobody to take my word for it. It's as simple as a Google check, right? And going to a library and reading like the books about this, right? These are literal Hebrew things for both our people, for African Americans and Latin Americans, right? And that's all I got.
Yeah. And even too, like, if you're interested, our Instagram's right there. You can hit us up. We'll answer you like this. This is what we do, right? But let's finish this, right? And we're gonna get into Spanish, right?
I'm gonna start at verse 42.
Yeah.
That they
Maya.
that they might dare keep their
All right, you have a
statutes,
good night, sis.
which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates by a narrow passage of the river.
Uh-huh.
For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood.
Okay. So the Most High held still the flood. Again, that's how merciful God is, right? We fell into idolatry, we disobeyed God, and he still is nice to us. That's why when he said that, we got to give praises to the Most High, right? Because we're royal, because he's so merciful with us. He still gives us chances, right? Keep going.
Held still the flood till they were passed over.
Uh-huh.
For through that country there was a great way to go, namely a year and a half.
Okay.
And the same region is called Arsarid.
So the land that they went to is called Arsarid. That's the key point right there. The 10 tribes were in captivity in Assyria, and they wanted to leave, and they landed in a place called Arsarid, right? What's that place called, Baba Kasha?
John, this is just in Spanish, right?
You understand Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So Second Ezra 13, and I'll just get to the point in 44, right? It says, porque el Altísimo les hizo señales y detuvo el diluvio hasta que pasaran, porque a través de ese país había un gran camino por recorrer, es decir, de 1 año y medio, y la misma región se llama Arsarid, las Américas.
Las Americas. The Americas, bro. So the 10 tribes, right? And Jewish Encyclopedia, this is where they got it from, right? You want to bring that out?
So this is the Jewish Encyclopedia, right? So I'm gonna get to the point, right? It says that this land, right, the one that we were just talking about in there, this land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Israel dwelt, observing the laws of Moses until the time of restoration, according to 2nd Esdras, right, 13 and 45. Christopher Columbus identified America with this land.
So again, Arsarid is the Americas. So now the 10 tribes are somewhere around here in the Americas. We got to look for them, right? But we found them, right? Give me the artifacts, right? So back in time, right, when the United States was first formed, right, New Mexico was actually a part of Mexico. It just recently, I think like 100 years ago or about 150 years ago, it became part of America. But right here, we have a stone called Las Lunas Stone in Mexico that has what? Ancient Hebrew writing. So what is Hebrew artifacts doing in Mexico? Why is Mexico following a luni solar calendar that the Assyrians were keeping? Why are they wearing fringes? Why do they got pyramids? It's all a mystery. It's not really a mystery. It's straightforward because we are those people, right? And now let's go to the Native Americans, right? This one's a trip. I remember when I first came into this truth and they showed me this, I'm like, y'all gotta be making this up. There's no way. But they're like, no, bro, like let's search it up together. They searched it up and I was like, bro, that's crazy. I don't want to cuss, right? That's crazy, right? I'm gonna show you this, right? It's such a trip. It's like, you got it? Brother. No way, it just shows you houses.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't do this before.
Like you search up Chief Joseph Star and it just shows just brick houses.
You see?
Just put the Assyrian star.
No, watch this.
They try to hide it from you. They're like, Chief Joseph Star, and they show you some freaking brick houses. Like, it's ridiculous. Boom. Right? And, yep, I was literally about to ask them to get that. All right, let's show them, right? This is Chief Joseph, right? He was from an indigenous tribe. I forget the name of his tribe. Nez Perez, right? And this is the artifact he had. You see that as Chief Joseph, and you zoom in, and he has a stone. What is that, right? And he said that this stone was passed down to him from his grandfather. It was just passed down for generations. Show him? That's an Assyrian star. What is Chief Joseph doing with an Assyrian tablet that was passed down from generations, knowing that the 10 tribes came to the Americas from Assyria? But they're going to tell you, don't listen to these Hebrew Israelites. They just want to find themselves. Well, we found ourselves. We trying to remind you, brother, that you are an Israelite from the 10 tribes of Israel and the whole collective, the 12 tribes of Israel, which are going to have the kingdom, because the kingdom is for them. So you are royalty, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this hits. When I first found out this information, I went straight in. I'm like, there's no way, bro. Everything's connecting too much. They're reading out of the Bible. They're showing me these artifacts, this history. And at the time I was smoking, and I was like, so it blew my mind even more. And I was like, they're like, you got to stop smoking. Bro, I used to sell weed, right? And I had a pound still sitting on my dresser, right? And funny thing, I let that thing mold. It was there for months. I never smoked again. But I put that joint out, went in the living room, grabbed my girl's blunt, because I used to roll her blunts, ripped it up, grabbed all my woods. I had packets, and I ripped them all up, threw my joints away, everything, the weed. I'm like, we're not smoking no more. I was so serious. And this brother is the one who explained it to me. All praise to the Most High. He used this brother as a vessel to show me the truth. And man, I went straight to his house. He read Exodus to me. I kept the Passover that year. You know what I'm saying? I started keeping the laws. I was like, bro, this is crazy. I was praying to God to show me the way. And this is the way. And I've been in this ever since, bro. And I pray to God that I never leave, right? And I want that for you, brother. I want you to keep the laws, and I want to see you in that kingdom. Because Christ said those who don't keep the laws and teach men to do so are going to be the least in the kingdom. I don't want to say, what's up, bro, and you over there in your trailer out on the outskirts. No, I want you in a castle, bro, realistically, right? And that's literally how it's going to be, right? That's why we got to have faith. You know, the two important things that are always preached throughout the Bible, and especially the New Testament, is to have faith in Christ and to keep the laws. So we got to have faith and have hope that this kingdom is going to come, and that I will, Lord willing, have a seat up in that kingdom and be great, right? You got a question?
Yeah, so by theory, since I'm not part of this,
Okay.
if I was going to start practicing, would that just mean I'm not included at all, or like how would that work?
So the kingdom, the Israelites inherit that kingdom, right?
So I wouldn't be part of it if I tried.
You would be in the kingdom, but you would inherit the promises that are told about the kingdom, right? Which again, we're gonna be that royalty in that kingdom. Christ is gonna be the judge, the ruler. He's gonna be the president of all the kingdom, of every single nation. He's gonna be the president, and the Israelites are gonna be on that, not that pedestal. I don't want to put us like on that, but we're gonna be above all these nations, and these nations are gonna forget their gods. They're gonna forget their customs. They're gonna drop on their knees, and they're gonna be like, "Your God is the most superior God. This is the true God. I see it now. You guys are the Israelites. We want to follow y'all, and we have to teach y'all."
So when it gets to that point, in time where like, he comes back, what would that mean since I am, Egyptian descent, that he would frown upon me and be like, oh,
Not frown. No, we would be teaching you to keep the laws, and you would be serving the Israelites, right? And it's not such a bad thing, right? Because there's a nation that's going to be obliterated. Be glad that you weren't born white, right? Because they're gonna build our kingdom for 1,000 years, and then Edom, many moons ago, right? I remember Edom. Remember when the Edomites used to rule United States of America? Not no more, right? They built our kingdom up, but the other nations will be serving the Israelites, and it's not a bad thing because you're still gonna be keeping the feast, right? You're gonna be in submission to the Israelites, worshiping the true God Yahweh, the most amazing God, the most fair God, the best God, right? The God with the best understanding. No understanding can ever amount to the Most High's understanding, and you guys will get a taste of that. And that's to me, that's lucky. To me, that's lucky, the fact that you guys get to have a taste of what Yahweh had provided for the Israelites. So it's going to be merry because there's going to be peace. There's going to be no more war. And it's going to be something that you can't even imagine. It says that we've never experienced it before. You won't even experience. I can't even think of the peace that we'd have in there because it's unimaginable. It's going to be so peaceful, right? But that's how it goes, right? But it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. That's just how it is, right? Just like the Israelites have to suffer real bad because of the decisions we made. It is what it is, right? Other nations have their good time right now. Are we complaining? Absolutely not. We're trying to take initiative and we're trying to take accountability for our actions, right? But what other questions?
actually, no, you're good.
How y'all sisters doing? Good? How's y'all night going? Good? What you guys got planned for tonight? Yeah, no problem, man. Nice to meet you. Peace out, bro. Royalty, man. Come on, man. You got our Instagram, you got our YouTube, TikTok, you got the paper, bro. Hit us up.
I never really cared for religion. Like, I was never really a practitioner of anything. It's not really a part of my life. But you guys are actually like, it's pretty interesting to listen to.
All praises,
You're
man.
not forcing it down my throat or nothing. You're
Oh,
just
hell,
like,
we're gonna make you, like, this brother brought up something important, right? I'm not gonna force you. The prophecy goes that 2/3 of our people are gonna be cut off. I don't want you to be cut off, bro. Realistically, I will want you here giving precepts and me giving you precepts while you're teaching the other brother, hey, bro, you chosen, keep these fringes on. We want to see you on this line. We want to see you at our congregation, keeping the new moon, keeping the Sabbath, right? With we got our families there. We're man, it's a blast. You know what I'm saying? We're a community right here. We're brothers. We keep each other accountable. We make sure we're good. We're struggling. We pray for each other. Man, the Most High has blessed me to be around brothers like this, bro. This is a fucking family. Excuse my language, but that's how excited I am. I fucking love these brothers, man. And I love the Most High and everything that the Most High has given me, right? It's like, what do I don't deserve any of this, but I'm very thankful for it. And I want you to be a part of it, bro. And I'm not gonna force it on you, but just know that when you come, we open arms, brother. You are people, right?
Before you go to, did you have any place you were gonna run to?
yeah, we're actually gonna go right now, but what you guys doing is pretty cool.
I was gonna say, because if you got time, we could talk even more about your people, bro. Because I obviously don't want to do too much at the same time. But if you would want to learn more, bro, we're here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you doing tomorrow?
I don't know. I gotta see.
Okay, man. If you actually want to like see something, you want to talk more, we're gonna be in 16th and Mission in San Francisco. Man, you gonna see over there, man. That's what's in LA, that street with all those
Skid Row.
This is like freaking Skid Row to the square out there, bro. But we gonna talk to our people. That's where all our people are, on drugs and shit. But if you want to pull up on BART and hop off 16th Mission, you're gonna literally see us right there on the corner preaching, and we'll talk to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? But not forcing you.
Yeah.
You make that decision.
No,
Right?
no, it's cool. I like listening to different perspectives. It's not really something
Absolutely.
I see everywhere.
Yeah. What part of Mexico are you from?
Guerrero.
Guerrero. Okay. I don't really know much about the history of that city of Guerrero, but you know what I'm
Probably
saying.
go though.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Hey,
Enjoy
we'll
y'all
be here
food.
next Friday, man. Cheers.
Cheers. I didn't even go into my lesson. All right, Let's get Ciroc 6 and 3, and James 1 and 2. Right? My lesson, the water, brother. I appreciate you. I ain't gonna lie. The water, you were at good today. The water, brother. Oh, we're on live? I thought it was a recording. I don't know what the. If the chat is hating, I'm doing an even better job.
Right. Somebody said I would have popcorn Bass Pro Shops during reading in school. When, like, you know, when they would do the popcorn reading and shit, niggas would have said they would have picked you.
That's funny as fuck.
Verse in James?
James 1 and 2, 3, and then we're gonna get into double-minded, right? And then give me a Proverbs. Give me Sirach 6 and 3, and then go to Proverbs. Just hold Proverbs 1, right? Because I think it's Proverbs 3 that I know, right? But yeah, I want to salute it again, right? First and foremost, I want to say Kal Thawadah, like Yahweh Bashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, right? That's all praises to the Most High in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, right? We're the Hebrew Israelites known as the refiners, right? And we're going to teach y'all about faith, man. What it means to have faith and what you get with faith and what you don't get when you have that, when you ask the Most High God, why? That's damaging yourself. You asking the Most High God why, you set yourself up for failure. You said you took 100 steps back now, right? Don't ask him why. Trust the Lord, right? Let me ask Sirach 6 and 3.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 3. Read up. Thou shalt eat up the leaves.
Oh, wait, Sirach. Is that 6 and 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sirach. That was 6 and I think it was 9 and 3. I sent it to my rib earlier, right? Give it a little small breakdown. Sirach 2 and 9. Sirach. I get my verses mixed up sometimes, right? All right.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 9. Read up. Yea, that fear the Lord.
Ye that fear the Lord, right? Fear means a lot. It's fearing the Most High's judgment, understanding the Most High. A lot of fear is a good thing when it comes to the Most High, right? So those who fear the Lord,
hope for good,
and
the everlasting joy and mercy.
And everlasting joy and mercy. Hope for better, right? That's having faith. When you have faith in Christ, right? Because you know Christ's teachings are true. You have faith that things are going to get better. You have faith that what Christ commanded and what Christ told us throughout his years on this earth, that he was trying to lead us in a good way. Have faith in that, bro. It's not that hard, right? And these are the things that I don't think people understand about faith, right? Because when it comes to faith, you got to be 100% on faith. You got to really trust in that. You're going to go through the fire, right? Azariah was in that furnace. He was walking in that big old furnace that was burning, scorching hot, talking about praying to the Most High, saying, you are fair. 90% of y'all go into a furnace, you think that the Most High is unfair. You'd be like, why do I got to go through this furnace? Yahweh, why do I got to? That's where you mess up. Azariah was like, God, you are fair. You are never unfair. Right? Come on, bring that up.
This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial.
Right? Think not strange. You go through these trials, the first thing you're doing is questioning the Most High God, right? Don't think it's strange. Don't think like, why am I going through this? It's not strange. It's familiar. You want to know why? Because that's your judgment, right? You're not living right, or you weren't living right in the past. We believe in regeneration, right? When you go up and you return to the Most High God and you come back down, he gave you a judgment. Now you're living your judgment, and you want to question the Most High God? You're not even going through the stuff that a lot of these prophets went through, getting skinned, right? Like the apostles, getting skinned, getting burned in oil, whipped, and they were solid. And you, because your girlfriend argues with you, or you crash your little car and you lose your job, now you're questioning the Most High God and thinking he's not fair. I can't. You guys are soft, right? You need to step it up. Keep going.
Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you.
Which is to try you, right? What does James say? That faith work your patience. You're supposed to be patient, bro. It's trying you, right? How are you going to learn if you're not trying? How are you going to learn in math if you never have a test? We got to test your ability of what you understood in that class, right? How are you not gonna learn anything if you have no homework? If you can't go through it on your own, right? Keep going. No, you good, brother. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, reading that now.
This is the same verse, but in the Amplified Bible.
Right.
Beloved, do not be surprised as the fiery ordeal which is taking place to test you.
Okay.
That is, to test the quality of your faith.
Ooh, to test the quality of your faith. That was good, right? Is your faith made of what's that cheap wood, IKEA wood? Yeah, yeah. Is your faith made of cardboard? Is it made of steel? Is it made of tungsten? Or is it made of diamond? How hard is your how strong is your faith? And the only way we can test that is dipping you in some of that water, right? Getting your feet wet, losing your job, right? Wife takes the kids. You don't know what might happen. Wife might change your mind. Wife might see, I made a mistake. The Most High might put a spirit on her to realize that this was all a mistake. Why? Because you stay solid. You're like, you know what? This is all part of the plan, Yahweh. I trust in this process. Something's good gonna come out of this. This is just a test, and I trust you, Lord. Right? Con.
This is Sirach chapter 2 and verse 5. Bring it up. For gold is tried in fire.
For gold is tried in fire, right?
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity, bro. It's figurative right there, right? It's spiritual. Azariah was literally in a furnace, and he came out as a diamond. His faith was strong. Man, I bet y'all would be scared, crying, saying, I'll do anything you want. I'll eat pork. I'll do whatever. You would fold because your faith is made of cardboard, of freaking paper mache, bro. One sheet, not the whole box, right? Give me James Con, right? 2 and 3.
This is James chapter 1, starting at verse 2. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations.
Right, so when you fall into diverse temptations, right? We bring this verse out a lot. I'm pretty sure you guys read it, but it's so deep. Count it as joy. Why would you count it as joy is probably what you're asking. Why would I be happy that I'm going through all this? You should be happy because the Lord is dealing with you. Because the Lord sees you bouncing back. But you yourself, you're stopping that. How y'all brothers doing, man? Would y'all fold if the Lord told you to jump off a cliff? They folding right now. They folded. They jumped. Go run. Actually they walked backwards. Right. Huh? Hey man, right here, bro. I'm talking about Azariah went into a furnace. I'm not gonna tell him no little thing. I'm telling you, these dudes nowadays are soft, right?
They wouldn't jump off a cliff.
Yeah, would you jump off a cliff? Give me a real answer. Why does it take you that long? I'd jump off the cliff, bro. If the Lord told me to do it, I'd do it. Because what if I jumped off and it was so cloudy that I literally only hopped 2 feet and it was actually ground? You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know. Why? Because you don't trust in the Lord, right? But, Kanye. Oh, yeah, so find it joy when you fall into diverse temptations. Why? Because you're going to get something out of it. There's always something. When the Lord puts you through something, there's always something to come out of it. The Lord is fair, right? The Lord's not going to pick on you and look at this guy right here, man. I bet you, hey, man, do this to him, man. I like seeing this. That's not how the Lord works. The Lord does everything for a reason, right? So whatever y'all going through, whether, like, again, your girlfriend broke up with you, you lost your job, and you lost your car and your job, you know, mom's passed away, pops passed away. These are all trials, man. And the Lord's testing you. Have faith in the Lord. Because again, nothing on this earth is real, right? But you're put on this earth with all this fleshly emotion that are you going to fold, right? Or are you going to trust God? Keep going.
My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
That the trying of your faith worketh patience. There's no point in keeping faith in something that's already going to just be there right there. When you have faith in something, that's because it's going to be a long way. If I have faith that I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm not a millionaire yet. I got to work. I got to find, I got to find a side hustle or a job that'll get me to there. And I have faith that I'm going to get it, right? I have confidence. So when I get it, I'm satisfied. I just knew it, right? I trusted in the process. And that's how it is with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You fall into these temptations, you got to trust the Most High God. And then once you get it, you're like, I knew it. The Most High God did have my back. I knew it this whole time. It's such a great joy. And that's why it says to hope for good. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good. That's the good that you're hoping for, that things are going to get better, right? Keep going.
Verse 4. But let patience have her perfect work.
Let patience have her perfect work. Most High's working you, man. When things get refined in that furnace, it takes a while and it takes time and it takes a specific time, right? The Most High gives you a reward at a specific time, right? And that's the meaning of this, man. When gold is tried, you're tried for a specific time, and trust in that process. It might be a year, it might be 5 years, it might be 2 months, it might be tomorrow, but trust in the Lord that it's gonna come, and you're gonna get what it is that you hoped for, which was for better days, right? And give me verse 6. I think where it says above the double-minded man.
Verse 8 or verse 6?
Real quick before you read it, they're asking if you're a Hebrew Israelite.
My Hebrew Israelite, yes. Is it in the title?
No,
No?
I think it might be actually.
Yeah, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, bro. Are you a Hebrew Israelite? What's his name?
Penguin.
Penguin, right? I'm waiting for that second season, right?
Penguin.
Waiting for that second season.
You talking about the double-minded man?
Yeah, where's the double-minded man? The verse above it.
7.
7. Okay, yep. Bring that out.
James 1 and 7. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
So if you're a double-minded man, don't expect nothing from the Lord, right? Don't expect nothing, right? Keyword search this for me where it says that woe unto him, right? I was unfaithful, right? Because it says that for you won't be defended, right? For you won't be defended, right?
I know what you're talking
Yeah, right. That's a good one right there. So that double-minded man, don't expect nothing. Don't have faith just to lie to yourself, to make yourself feel good in the moment, to not even trust the process, right? It's just like half-assed agreement, right? Yeah. It's all good. He's searching water, right? But, huh?
So they're asking, what tribe are you?
What tribe am I? I'm from Issachar, the Hispanics, right? The Mexicans, right? Is it Penguin?
No, it's another one. Gal too.
Oh, Gal. Yeah, I'm from the tribe of Issachar, right? But yeah, as a double-minded man, don't expect nothing, right? Huh? Bro, you told you keyword searcher, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, con. Let's get it. All right, so like, yeah, I thought you were all confused. Right, so a double-minded man, don't expect nothing, right? Because the book says about that double-minded man. And what should we do for that double-minded man?
This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Woe unto you that have lost patience.
Woe unto you that has lost patience. You want it so quick. You want it so bad. You don't deserve it yet. If the Most High hasn't given it to you, if you haven't seen that good that you've been hoping for, it's because you're not ready for it, right? There's brothers that go through it and they want it right now. I want this and I want that I just lost. But if you were to get that and the Lord were to give it to you, you would lose it even quicker and you would not get it back because you were impatient. You have to go through these trials. You have to go through these tests to see if you're ready for it, right? Because you must have lost it because you put the Lord third. You put the Lord second. But the Lord wants you to remind you to put him first, right? And keep going.
Real quick, woe means destruction.
Oh, destruction. Destruction unto you, right?
I'm going to start one verse up though.
Sirach 2 and 13.
Bring it up.
Woe unto him, so destruction unto him that is faint-hearted.
Destruction unto him that's faint-hearted, right?
For he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended.
So he believeth not, therefore he shall not be defended. That's the one that I wanted, right? So he shall not be defended. Most High ain't gonna defend you. He's just gonna sit there like this, upset, right? Because you have no faith in him. You basically, in short words, you basically saying that the Most High is not capable of giving you the things that you want. No, the Most High knows when to give it to you. You're just impatient. So destruction unto those who are impatient.
Back to 14. Destruction unto you that have lost patience, and what will you do when the Lord shall visit you?
So destruction to those who lost patience. You must not want that perfect work. That's what James said. Let patience have its perfect work. You do not want that perfect work. You actually don't even want the results. You want the results, but you don't want the work. I want the work, not the results, because once I get the results, I'm more happier. Why? Because I put in that work. I like, let's say, I want my perfect job, right? And I got to go through these trials to get that job. Now I learned patience, right? I learned how to be meek, how to be humble. I learned all these things on my journey to being patient. Now when I get that job, I know how to handle it. Putting the Lord first, still asking for my Sabbaths, and him allowing those things to happen. And that's why it says in James, not wanting nothing entirely. You're not going to want anything because you learned all these things up into that thing that you were hoping for. And it's a deeper thing that a lot of people don't think about, right? And if you want to understand the Most High, then submit yourself to the Most High, right? Keep His commandments. Keep His commandments, right? Understand prophecy. Understand what it is that the Israelites did and why we're going into this captivity, right? Why we're going through these curses. Then you'll start to take accountability. Then you'll start to understand, man, the Most High is actually lenient with us. We actually deserve to get whipped until the kingdom, right? With all this foolishness that we're doing, all this lasciviousness, this lust, right? And we got to get right with the Most High God. Come.
This is the same chapter, Sirach chapter 2, verse 16. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him.
So ye that fear the Lord, you're going to seek what it is that you want, was pleasing, right? Pleasing unto him or unto us?
To him.
To him, to the Lord, right?
And they that love him shall be filled with the law.
And they that love him will be filled with the law. The law is the best thing. You guys think like, I got to follow these rules. I got to follow these things that God tell me. When you actually follow these things, you actually find real joy. You find you're at peace, right? You're getting closer to the Most High. You're understanding more of what the Most High has hidden in these secrets, right? I mean, in this book, there's secrets in this book, but the words are right there. But the secret is being spiritual, understanding the deeper meaning of what's being said. And that's the beauty of it. And that's from keeping the laws, right? And that's my message for y'all, man. Have faith and get these things that the Most High has provided for us. This book, this much information, and this much information can change your life, make you happy. True peace, right? And with that, I want to say shalom.
Good job, brother. Big man. Shalom to all the brothers and sisters out there, whether you're keeping the Friday Sabbath right now or just listening, trying to learn something, right? Lord willing, the Most High God guides y'all in your walk. Thank you for tuning in. Shalom to all the brothers we didn't get a chance to say shalom to, and all you scoffers, the water for tuning in as well. Lord willing, y'all learn something, right? And with that, shalom, kings and princesses.